Hi, my name is Jeff. Hey, today we're going to talk about what you see on the screen here. The ability to patch information here from a gallery and make this next button disappear when we change the data. So let me change that data real quick, show you what we're going to do here. Let's say we want to make that priority 2. Notice that it automatically goes away. If we go back to 1, it stays. And then if we change it to do, and we just simply hit save, the button automatically comes back. So this is a great way to use a gallery here to do patch functions on specific information within your list. And you can't guarantee it, but kind of prevent the user from moving forward until they actually do the save. So stay tuned, we're going to jump right to it. So here, located on the left side of your screen is the action. Now this is the rough draft before it gets published in a book, but look for my books on Amazon and Barnes & Noble. But this is just kind of going through step by step and giving an explanation of everything. You can download or purchase the book, or just pause the video and use this. It doesn't really matter. So let's look and see what we got here. So the first thing we want to do, just kind of a base understanding here. Remember, everything in the green here, which is right here, okay, everything within the green, let me go ahead and change that back. Everything there within the green, these fields specifically, are editable fields. Notice we can change them, right? These are read-only fields, okay? So that's pretty easy. And then as we explained, when we change this value, right, notice how we have the button active here. The button disappears, number B there, when we make the change to the gallery, okay? So how do we do this? Well, the first thing we need to do is go into that first record. So remember, we have the record there, and I'm trying to conserve space here. Let's see here if I can get to that side. Okay, can't really see it. So let's go ahead and open this up a little bit. Okay, so hopefully that will work better. So here, this gallery right here is right here, okay? And I'm just going to click on that gallery. Notice I see that little doohickey right there, the edit, and I click on it. Notice my handles are right here. That indicates that I'm inside of the first record in the gallery, which is where we need to be, okay? Then what we need to do is we need to add what we call a toggle. Now, I use a toggle. You could use anything. It doesn't really matter what you use. But notice here, it's visible. And if I go here to the properties, let me see if I can squeak that in. You can notice here that visibility is off. Okay, you can also go to, let's close that real quick. Sorry, I'm trying to make it so it's easier for y'all to see it. So here, we can also go to toggle here, visibility here, right here, and it's set to false, okay? And the reason why is we just don't need to see it, okay? So we're gonna look here, number 2, default, go back to default, and here's the code. And let me just explain, I explain it here, so pause the video. If you don't understand, you can reread my notes here. We'll move it up a little bit so you can reread the notes. But here, basically what we're doing is, notice here that we have text task order right there. Now, if I click that, well, let's just click this one that's already on there, date, pick, follow up. Well, we'll just do text task order, okay. So here, we're gonna click it. Notice it's highlighted here. Notice when I look at it, this item, the name is task order. So what do? This is an input field, so I name them text, TXT. And I'm just go ahead and I put in text, and then I copy this field name right into the name of this component here, of this action within here. And the reason why I do that is because of the toggle. So when I set up the toggle, it's saying, what is the field name? I already know because it's part of my name for that component, that action right there. Task order right here, okay? So I just kind of wanted to explain that. So what you're doing is you're setting up all of them. So basically what you're saying is take a look at this in my list and compare it with this, which is the text I'm putting in here. Make a comparison. That's all I need you to do. And the OR statement is because I want you to look at a whole bunch of them. So you can do this. I've done it for tens of these and it works great. Okay, so that's kind of how you set the toggle. There's the code there. Okay, so now, and I explain it more here. So pause the video again. I explain it more, and here it is right here, and I kind of lay it out for you where everything's from. Okay, now I'm sorry. This is now the save button. We've moved to the save button. So this is the text right here, number 6 for this, right? The toggle. So save it if you need more on the toggle, and then here, number 7. We're going to talk about the save button. So what about this save button? So let's click on the save button. And now what we're doing inside of this save button is it's the on select properties you see, and I explain it here in more detail. But here basically, this is the name of the gallery right here, okay? And we're basically saying filter everything in the gallery for everything when the toggle 1 right here, the thing that we hid, is set to true. Remember, toggle 1 true value will appear if there is a difference between what is in the list and what you've put in here. So basically, if I turn this to 1, then it's going to turn the toggle value to true. So remember here over on the left side, remember we're doing this comparison right here between the list and the text in the field. Okay, so back over here to save. Go back to save here. All right, so here in the save button, we're just saying for everything there. So we're looking at the gallery. We're asking for all the items. We're asking if the toggle is true or false. Okay, and then we're going to patch. You see the patch? This is the name of the list right here, priority tasks. Okay, and then this, again, important that you have this all written out here. This is the name of the column in the list, and this is the name of the field. And text here is the type of data within the column. So see other videos I have on the patch function, but you'll have to put different syntax in here if you're using a date, things like that. So in fact, we have one for date, but for numbers and complex fields, you have to do something a little different. Okay, so go ahead. Well, let's look at the date here. Here, notice with the date, we're doing the same thing. This is the date field, but we're going to put in something here before the name of the item here in the app. We're going to say date value, put a parenthesis, and then this pick date start right here. Date pick start, that's the name of this field right here inside of my app dot whatever the selected date is. So I'm going to use the drop down. Right, I'm going to click on the, you can't see my finger as well, but I'm going to click on this. I'm going to say, hey, tell me what the next, is the date different? If it is, then I'm going to patch. That's how we save and patch. But really the point of this video, which is really number 8 here, so pause the video again if you need to read through this. I'm going to show it to you right now, is the properties of this button. So we talked about the patch, the toggle, and the save. Now what's the property of this button? And here, to get this button to disappear, we're going to prey upon toggle 1. Remember, toggle 1 is the one that, right here, this is toggle 1. Oops. Toggle 1 is right here, toggle 1. Okay, remember that's where we're at. And we're going to say, hey, if toggle 1's value is true, then I want to say that the visibility of this icon is false. If the toggle value is false, I want to say the visibility is true. So I want to make it disappear, false, if the value is true, and if it's not true, then if the value is false here, then I want to keep the visibility. Okay, so basically, if I make a change, it goes away. If I make a change to any one of these 5 fields, the button goes away. If I do not make a change, the button stays there. And then when I hit save, what happens in the save action here is it automatically, because what it's doing is, notice we have the patch command here. So what it's doing is it's updating those records. And as soon as it updates those records, then the toggle goes from I have a change, which is false, and it goes back to true, I have no changes. Both of the list and the data inside of the cell here, the component here within our app, match. That's it. This works exceptionally well for me. I really hope it works for you. This is a very simple way. One of the great benefits of this, in this example, this is where we're prioritizing tasks. We can quickly, without going into the task, adjust all the dates, prioritization, so that we can quickly get to work. See other videos on task management. I hope this works for you.